All right, the next video game I will not be playing. Instead, we're going to have a developer on, and they're going to show us their game. Oh, hey, wait, you're there.
I am, but I can mute myself and watch you play the game. And
That is also fair. No, on our sheet it says that you wanted to share the game later. So I was like, oh, okay, is there not a playable for this one? And then it's like, no, it's just fail. Fail on our spreadsheet.
yeah, I think there's two versions you can play, and then if there's still time, I can show even more things. But
There will be still time. Don't worry.
okay, I'll just be quiet and watch you struggle.
Let me struggle through your game, 100%. Like I love struggling through a game.
Oh, the pain, man.
All right, guys, the next game is called Let's Build a Dungeon.
Have you tried connecting to Twitch? Hopefully it'll work. It should open a browser, but it takes ages to open.
This is when you take my stream key and then take over my account, right?
Yeah, this is a whole scam. It's a beautiful scam.
That's a great scam. I like how it's clippy, but not clippy.
You can imagine the Twitch experience.
That's true. Understand it's okay if this stuff breaks, right? Like this is normal. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's not stressful at all as a developer when you watch your game breaking on a stream. It's zero stress.
It's zero stress. There's nothing to be afraid of. Everyone will just judge it forever that way, right?
Yeah.
Oh, this is sick. Oh. I really love this. The animation you did on that, because you didn't need to do that, and I can see you didn't need to do that, but you spent the extra time to make those fade in correctly. Like, look at
that. Thank you.
How many people do you have on your team, by the way? Is this just you?
Oh, it's solo. No, it's not solo. The team for Let's Build a Zoo was 5 people, so really, really small. And then I guess we made far too much money, and then we employed an awful lot of people. So we're making 2 games. One will be announced later this year, which is a well-known franchise, and the other is obviously this. And I think it's like 13 of us on this game, something like that. Just half the studio. But this is like my life's work, this thing. No pressure.
I know that may be scary, for sure, but I really think this is interesting. And I'm going to keep playing with this as we go through. Can I do double road? I can. The idea behind
this demo is almost a year old, I think.
Is it?
So the game is a lot better now, but obviously we've destroyed this demo entirely, so we can't make a new build of it. But
do you plan on putting out another updated demo at some point?
We're discussing it right now, and we're working on it right now, and we just hope that we can finish it in time. You know, it's horribly stressful knowing that next fests and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, do we do the February one? Do we do the June one? Is the next one after that? I don't know. So every time you build something, you're leveling up your town. You can see that little bar filling up above the thing. And every time you fill the bar, the town gets bigger.
I like that, though, and it looks like you can start attracting certain types of people, right? Like we can get fishermen, foragers.
Kind of. You're like picking who you want to... Oh, look, it says you're connected to chat. Look at that. People can vote. They can type numbers in. Maybe.
Chat, do your poll. Vote.
I'd go for 5.
Oh, it says a tie. Streamer chooses. All right. My choice.
Oh, there you go. Maybe it doesn't work at all. Who knows?
So the idea is you make a design decision to help pick the direction of your game. Select the character class players will have when they start the game. Mage, Explorer, Forager. I mean, we're settling land. We're settling land. I'm going to choose Forager. Clicking doesn't work.
You should just be able to click it. Do you tick the thing on the left in the streamer box? Do you click on that?
Well,
you know, the poll on the left?
Yeah. I clicked Explore and it just grabbed it. So I have to click it through the UI, yeah. What in the name of science? Okay. It's okay, don't worry.
Yeah. You pick the one that's a bit dull, but you know.
Wow. I mean, it's just like me, so that's fine. You added a player. The game is not yet released, so acquiring playtesters costs money. Your goal is to give players so much to do that they never leave the game. See, this is what I was so excited about with this. Is this all of... This is everyone in chat. Oh, no. Oh, God.
Oh,
God.
no.
What have you done? What have you done?
I'm going in. Maybe it might crash and then we'll just give up.
That's awesome. So the last time we had something like this was... do you know StreamerBot? You ever seen that before?
No. This is amazing. Your frame rate might go terribly bad.
Oh, it's totally fine on this.
Not that I should be saying that because everyone's just going to troll the game now. Oh my god! Look at that.
I can't see it.
Click on the thing on the top left to actually build a quest, and let's see. Oh, look at that! You're.
There's a lost cog
now
quest.
You get to pick a quest.
Go forth. There's a lost. Go get the lost cog. This is madness.
I think when we released this demo, we didn't set a limit on the amount of people that can join.
Is there a way I can make their name tags disappear?
In the game now there is, but not in the build we had a year ago.
So you're saying I should turn off streamer mode?
If you click the thing in the top right, can you do anything with that? The enter hero.
Nope.
Can you click the purple thing? Okay.
It's just exploding. This is great, dude. Look at all these guys.
Okay, well, let's go for it. It's oh no.
I have so many active
Best
players.
game ever. I think you've probably made an awful lot of money. Oh no, you're over the cap of how many people you can have. It's
exploding.
It's all pretty good. So if you click the other thing with the little light on with the arrow, and ignore the insanity in your world, I think you might be able to play something. So yeah.
I like
the
this
idea is
because you can kind of build.
Well, you'll get the idea.
Yeah, no, I think that's exactly it. I'm gonna play around with this for a little bit and see what I can do here. Even though we have 1 million people inside. Yeah, because I want to give it the best kind of showing for this for what you're doing because this is quite cool. Let's get that tall grass. All right, we're giving you guys tall grass out in the wilderness because then you could totally fight.
Oh, it's gonna get crazy. You have to put it in the town, not in the final game. You can spread it out further.
Fair. Oh shit! Wait. Oh god, they're just cutting it all down. My beautiful tall grass. What have you done? Every developer's nightmare. Players having access to tall grass.
I'm quite enjoying the chaos.
I actually really like this because, like, the experience of building kind of a thing for, you know, like building an MMO as a game is such an interesting concept to me. Fascinating.
For me too, I guess.
Well, I mean, you did it, right? You know.
Yeah. Well, still doing it. It's definitely like the most fun thing I've ever done. Like I'm like really old. I've been making games for 25 years or something crazy. And yeah, I've never made anything as complicated or crazy as this at all. So it's really satisfying to be able to do this. Or maybe people are leaving. Okay. That's good.
So with that in mind, why this game? What made you want to make this?
Loads of things, really. I really, obviously, you know, everyone loves making games as quickly as possible. And I think I'm so fed up after so many years of writing health bars and writing like AI pathfinding and writing these things over and over again, that I wanted to kind of come up with a project that allowed me to build games for myself really quickly. So it sort of came out of that, and then we obviously made Zoo, and I was thinking, well, how can I leverage these two things? Make a really powerful game engine that does loads and loads of stuff, and still make a game that people want to play and still like. And yeah, I just thought that it would be a really amazing thing to sort of satire the whole of building video games whilst building an engine and combine everything about my job really into one thing. And it just got crazier and crazier. Because initially I wanted to just make an RPG. Like the first idea that came was like, well, you just build this RPG and it's heroes walking around and they're all doing quests. And then that sort of felt a bit boring and one-dimensional. So how about we make it about making video games? Because that's the thing I know the most about. And I started thinking about like how nobody's really made a proper simulation of video game industry so far. There's things like game dev story and stuff, and I think that they're fine, but they're just like playthings. They're not really trying to simulate the games industry or the choices you make as a game designer. And I realized that the most fun people have making games is like balancing games and things like that, and doing the business side of it and all these things. And everywhere I looked, it was just like, how can I take a bit of what I do today and gamify it and make it part of a game? That's sort of what I thought about regularly. And I still think about it all the time. Like every day that something happens, I'm like, can I put this in the game somehow? Which maybe doesn't make any sense at this point.
I think that's really interesting, though. No, I mean, so far it does. I mean, I'm unlocking stuff and I'm creating effectively a theme park for adventurers, right? And I've seen games that are kind of similar to this in the past, but ones that don't work quite in this way, which I find it to be really fascinating. I think what you're doing here is quite cool. I like this. And the thing is I always do like the idea of Twitch integration for games like this as well. Like, you're creating a bunch of rides for the goblins to ride here, Yeah. And it's working out. And like, I only have one ride right now. It's cutting tall grass, but look at him go.
Yeah. So you have to build the structure, like on the yellow dots that flash. You have to follow those things everywhere. And it's funny because the dilemma you face with that, it's like, do we show people like what to do always and tell them what to click? Because then it feels really directed. But if we don't do that, people feel like really lost and confused. So yeah, that's a constant struggle. But with the Twitch stuff, we've made like if you click the magnifying glass, it tells you all the things you have to do to finish the quest.
Where's the magnifying glass?
Oh, sorry. If they go back to the crown. Yeah, the crown at the top there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I was going to go get Diana next, which is over here.
Oh, okay.
Which one is it? Diano. There we go. Now I can grab it.
Yeah.
I love the idea of this being asset sign-off, too, which is like quite funny. It's like, oh, yeah, we built these, but you got to sign off on it to put it in the build. This makes me laugh.
Yeah, and the idea is that that's like a reduction thing, so... Oh, they've got to go in the house. It'd be easier to see if there weren't millions of people running around on top of it.
True.
But if you click on the house, you can enter the house.
Yeah, I'm in there now. I think it's quite cool.
So like these assets that are all
lighting
that are all blacked out, they're supposed to be sort of placeholder assets waiting to be kind of built by your art team.
I love that. And I love this idea here of, the lighting around everything just looks quite nice. Now I've created that character, and now I can build these out. So central cartography table. This item must be developed in order to be seen, edited, or deleted. I think that's quite cool. Yeah, I think that's really cool. I think what you're doing here is really interesting, man. Legitimately so. Oh my god, there's so many things I just unpacked.
Don't do it. Don't unpack it. Oh.
It's too late.
Okay.
It's already done. Unpack that one. Yes.
So this is supposed to be production. You're like, you have all the kind of efficiency of swapping things as you hire producers.
Mm-hmm.
All this becomes a lot more kind of efficient. So it's very bad at the beginning. You've done like the worst thing, but it's like that's on us,
It's fine because I have so many people in my video game. So you made this in XNA framework. We were talking about it during the ad break, but talk about that. I haven't worked in XNA framework for ages, and I only dipped my toes into that. Like when I was a kid, after playing with Flash, I worked in XNA framework for a little while and tried to make some things. That was the first thing I worked in outside of Flash. So what made you use that?
I think before I got a job in the games industry, I used a thing called Blitz Basic that was on Amiga originally, but I got it on PC. Mm-hmm. And it's like a really weird scripting language thing. And then I got a job doing music and art and design and everything except programming. And big Xbox fan at the time, and then XNA came out and I downloaded it, and I was so sad that I couldn't, make more things with it because I was rubbish. But then someone at work just showed me how to draw a sprite. And once I could do that, I was super empowered. And I made like a small game thing, and I super loved it. But then it was like a hobby. And then I got a job at LucasArts, and I stopped programming my indie games again. And I was pretty crap. And then at the end of the corporate cycle, when it had run its course, and LucasArts came to a hideous end, yeah, I couldn't face getting a job again. I couldn't imagine it. I remember having like my CV and seeing that there was a job for like a creative director at Ubisoft, and I was supposed to send off my CV, and I sat there for week in, week out, not doing it because I knew a bit of XNA. I was like, I'm just gonna play with XNA, and my friend, this guy called Ben, he helped me set it up so I could get XNA games onto iOS and Android, and that just became like my thing. Instead of getting a job, I just sat at home making indie games that no one cared about, you know. But it was the only thing I felt comfortable programming in. And back then, like, Unity didn't really exist in the same way it does now. Yeah. So yeah, that was it. And I just ended up building. So some of the code in this game is actually like lines of code I wrote 13 years ago. So I've just got this code base that just slowly gets bigger and bigger and bigger and just goes on forever. Yeah. So why, you know, and I think I've also witnessed people using engines like Unity and stuff, and then suddenly something will change and then your game can't be built anymore and you have to go and build a bunch of new tech, you know? Mm-hmm. So.
And what is that like now, right? Like you're years later, you're making the same thing. Do you feel proud of it? Do you feel good about it? Legitimately so.
I guess, yeah. I mean, unlock the things with lights. Don't unlock that. Just go for the lights. Yeah.
Well, unlock all of it.
Yeah. It will take. It's impossible to unlock all of it. It is possible, but I think you might reach a stalemate. And this is the problem with the demo. One of the big problems with this demo is that people like want to unlock everything, and then they reach a sort of end and they can't progress. Which is why some people finish this whole demo in 20 minutes, and some people never finish it. We had someone play it on Christmas Day. Happy Christmas to me. It was great because they quit because they couldn't get through it, and I was like, no, my heart's broken. Happy Christmas to me. I think that building's on the right. There it is. Yeah.
Yeah. There's so many of them. Oh my God, they've learned how to emote.
There should be a place to put him.
Let him go.
There you go.
What have they done to him?
Now that we'll start getting a quest off him and doing something.
It's kind of like having an ant farm, really.
Yeah, of your chat. So one of the things we're doing, which is really stupid, is we have these tools that allow you to make your own Twitch commands, and there's stuff like you can start a war, and then your entire chat will like fight each other, or you can start a treasure hunt, and they'll go doing stuff, and while they're doing it, you can throw fireballs at them and stuff like that. So Twitch for us is like really big. We think it's really funny, and I really love designing for it because I don't think it feels like a really interesting design paradigm because it's so asymmetrical. You can have you doing the stream and controlling the world and building things. You can have your players controlling their characters because we have like direct control for the chat, and then you could, in theory, have other people connected over multiplayer at the same time. So it's like 3 different windows into the game. And I think with that's really interesting from like a game design standpoint. So
it is.
Yeah,
super interesting.
We're trying to make a whole thing where you can build your own games basically for Twitch. You can like glue together different modules and different components and make people fight each other or do whatever. And in theory, I'm going to say something that doesn't work yet, but it's a dream. If you're building your whole world and people come back, their profiles are, well, this bit does work. Their profiles are saved into your save file. So if they come back on and they try and spawn, they'll respawn with their progress of their character. But cool. The bit we want to do is that you can go online and you can battle other streamers. So it'd be like your chat and all their progress in your world is saved into their characters. And you're going to fight someone else. So yeah. That's
really interesting, actually. Yeah, I quite like this. I think what you're doing is really interesting, and I love the idea of running an MMO, right, as a video game, and being like, okay, how do we, like, this is going to have production costs to it. This is going to have a cost of implementation. Like, what can we provide, with the players that we have? Yeah,
which will all make a bit more sense when you get to the next bit of the game. This is a very, very small part of the game that you're seeing so far.
Fair.
Could you click on the crown? I just want to see why you're... Oh, no, there you go.
Oh, yeah, no, I need the person.
There you go.
I was constructing so I could get that person up.
Okay.
They have to go to the hero's house interior. But no, it's all very understandable. Like, everything that you have in this so far just kind of makes sense. So, yeah, it works. We place them there. Now we have our quest
That's
giver.
good. I'm never sure if it really makes sense.
No, it does. It does. I guess for one reason, right? Like when Jake and I are working on Block Game, which is an MMO that we're actually going to be porting into Hytale once it comes out in January. So in like 14 days, right?
Damn.
We're going to be porting that over and like doing that whole thing. This is exactly what happens. Every time I add a new quest, every player is like, new, and they just like all over it. And so like this is exactly what you end up seeing. And I just think this is kind of a cool thing that you've gamified that experience. Which I do think it's like an experience a lot of people wouldn't have had, you know? So turning it into a video game is cool. I think it's awesome, actually.
Yeah, there's supposed to be one place in the game that's like an area called the spawn camp, and you sort of go in there, and it's just obviously playing on the memory I have of playing Final Fantasy XIV and just standing in a like field and just waiting for something to spawn and watching a million people jump on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Bakery. I got to make a bakery.
She's got to go in the bakery, Yiteb, which is Betty backwards, because that's how imagination works when designing characters.
I actually love the well dungeon because our first dungeon in Block Game is a well dungeon. It's in the center of town, and you have to go to the bottom. It's called Sunken Cells, and it's like a prison that's been waterlogged. It's quite funny.
It's always, depending on the architect, it's either a well or one of them's a basement full of rats. You know? I mean, it's all there.
That's exactly
the classics.
We didn't have the rat basement, so we built the well dungeon. That's very funny, dude. Oh, my God. Just need a waterfall with a secret behind it now.
Yeah. My friend just finished making a game. He works at Namco, and he was playing it with me. And he said, "What about behind that waterfall? Hey,
Mm-hmm.
And he put a secret behind the waterfall. It was like, come on, man, that's like the cheesiest thing ever, but so good, you know."
Oh, I can build out the whole dungeon. This is gonna be so fun. Let me build the dungeon.
Maybe.
I've made a horrible spawner. What does it do? Expanding the dungeon. Oh, this is great, dude. No, hell yeah.
If you click the gray 3-block thing up on the top left.
Yeah.
Up at the top in the shortcuts, at the very top of the screen. That guy, that allows you to paint more floor. If you put on drag, you can drag squares out and it's less annoying.
Oh, okay. Oh, that is so much better.
Yeah, that's the way.
Oh. Place more items. How dare you? Let's go.
Yeah, place more stuff to get more.
Place more stuff.
So it's really funny because, like, obviously this is the same mechanic as outside, right? Like, you place stuff and then you level up the dungeon just like you level up your town. But I don't know, people get really confused. I know you're doing great, but like watching people, it's like,
oh, this is cool. No. So you can edit the waves of monsters that the spawner produces as well.
Yeah,
that's really interesting.
But there's the programming team complaining because you haven't paid them enough.
Fair.
Is that foreshadowing? Is it? It might be.
How do I move a placed object?
You can just click on it. I think when it's with no tool selected, you can click on anything and move it. But I think you have to wait for it to respawn.
It won't work.
Yeah, so now you can click on it. Oh no, you can't move those because they'll break the game because we haven't fixed it. But you can move other things by doing exactly that activity.
Okay, fair.
Just not the spawn towers. Yeah, so if you place a bunch of destructibles down, which I think is on the right, the broken wine glass thing, next tab along in the build.
I just want to make more spawners. Just got to make more. So I have all of the dungeon filled. Oh, hell yeah. Look at him. He's making blobs. The blobs explode.
Yeah. Mud sploders, not in any way based on the little things that the tickers from Gears of War. Not at all.
Are you guys entering the dungeon by saying !dungeon? Is that what you're doing?
We do have a bit of enter the dungeon stuff in our game, yeah. Well, Gungeon, but obviously not copyright infringing. Yeah, so you've got to level up your dungeon a bit more, which means building, build those things. It's like,
I was mostly,
you can't build this yet.
Kind of exploring all of it.
Okay, sorry.
Small coin. No, you're good. You're good. What is that? HP large. Okay, so we can give you HP vases.
So you can edit all of the things inside all the destructibles, right? So the idea is that if they're fighting a boss and everyone's dying, you can select the barrels or put more barrels down and make them have more HP in them. And you can adjust the kind of percentage of big HP that comes out or small HP or mana. And obviously in this level, you're not using mages, I think. So there's no need for them to have mana. So you could edit that out.
That's super.
And obviously you can do things like edit the damage and attacks of all the enemies. And that means that you can sort of rebalance the entire game when things are too difficult for people. Or maybe they're finishing your content too quickly. So you want to make the game last longer.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
So the only thing you have to do is, place more floor, I think.
Yeah, it did. And I'm going to start grabbing it up like this. Do drag.
Sorry, I'm like the worst backseat
You're totally
player.
fine. You just want me to have a good experience in the game. I get it. There's no problem there. I think that's the biggest thing is you never want it to have a bad showing. And you've shown me a bunch of stuff like how it works so far, and that's fine.
We did
It's filling.
This is gonna come to haunt you later on, man.
I'm okay with this.
Gonna be wild.
I want a room full of death.
Yeah. Let's see. You only have to build 2 more floor, then you can put the final objective down. That's
hell yeah.
We just did Singapore Comic-Con, and I was away. I was in Australia watching AC/DC because that seemed very important at the time. And so some of the devs from the team went to Comic-Con and watched people play a build of the game, and they were just like dying inside, like, why can't people see the giant flashing arrow? Why can't people see this? And deep heartbreak.
Yeah, I mean, like that's kind of always going to be the case. You're gonna have people that don't see this stuff, right? Or they've just never experienced your design style. Like right now, I'm creating a kill box to blow up all of my players. But I think this kind of stuff is pretty cool, though. Like I think that what you're making here is really interesting because I can just sort of dork around and make a silly experience, and I like this. I think it's really good, dude.
So if you place the last object, finally people will be able to finish the quest. See, now I'm just I can't stop it. I can't stop backseat gaming. Can't do it.
You'll survive. I promise.
Yeah. So the hand thing, the flashing light hand, you got to click the thing on the... There you go, that guy.
Yeah. No, the biggest thing for me is like I want to see all of the way that you built all of these, sort of things. Like, how did you design this out, and what is it like to be a player that's never seen it before, right? Oh, I think he's going to be the first one to get it. He's the first one.
Yeah, and hopefully he can get out.
He made it by the kill. He made it past the kill room. Wait, he's going.
Oh, he's off! Look at that! He's doing it. Oh, he's free. I think
the kill bar. Yeah, the kill one.
Amazing. He's left. He's off.
That's great. Hell yeah! Please become the first hero to complete the quest. There he is. You did it, Assassin Fire.
Yeah. Oh, my heart's slowed down a little bit now. The anxiety was there. It's got a little bit better.
Oh, don't. There's nothing to be anxious about. Nothing at all. I'm going to go in the direction of that. More magic to the world. With my big shitty dungeon. Oh, connection lost. Cannot connect to game server. What? Oh, now that got interesting. Hello, I'm Lord Richard, your boss. My boss? Oh god, he's typing for 10,000 years. Yes, well, you run the company, but I'm the one paying for all of this. So the servers seem to be playing up again. I saw the Steam demo just dropped. Connection? I actually thought it crashed. I hope not. Hopefully you tested the demo enough before releasing it on Steam. Of course we tested. Oh, the private beta on Discord.
Oh. The one that you have access to and no one else does.
Yeah. Seeing as you finished this build at the last minute, I'm pretty sure you didn't catch all the bugs. I made a thread on Steam called Bug Report or Report Bugs Here. Have you even looked at that recently? Yes.
And that is a real thread.
And I bet it wasn't great.
Yeah, that's a lot of pain.
Anyway, I think the game is back up and running now. So apart from the river of bug reports, what's the feedback been like for the demo so far? People love the game. That pic is hilarious, by the way. Is this you?
No, that's my friend Lee. He's
amazing.
He makes movies. He's really cool.
Hell yeah.
I don't know how he feels about being the villain in our game. But there you go. I said, can we put you in our game? And he's like, sure. I don't think he knows yet that he's the bad guy. Well, he's the bad guy. He's the investor. Investors are kind of bad guys, right?
I'm really glad that you have Napwire in here. You know, the greatest between LimeWire and Napster combined finally at last.
Oh, yeah.
and Webscape.
Yeah, it gets pretty crazy. The
wow.
Things, so
100% of players hate the game. That's great.
Yeah. So if you click on it, those are the actual reviews that people have written whilst playing your game of things that you didn't do very well. So,
wow. Disappointment. I'm really glad that it's disappointment with like 56 hours on record. That's
yeah.
That's the most real experience I think I've had in a game in ages. You got to have that good like 4,000 hours negative review, dude.
We actually put edits of all the zoo reviews because we can't really use the real ones, so we edited them into the game today.
Wait.
And yeah, this guy Rob was doing it, and he sent me examples of like, I've played for 89 hours, but I cannot recommend the game. And it's like, why? You know, you paid $20 and you got 89 hours of fun out of it, but you don't like it.
I'm able to play the game as well.
Yeah.
Okay, that's really cool because then as a dev, you could be like, what is the player experience like? Let's go find out.
Yeah. The mouse buttons are sort of backwards, which is a bit annoying. Like attack is one way and
yeah, attack is right click.
But you could re-equip, you could switch your weapons around, you know, if you go to your inventory, so it's, you know.
Oh, this is really interesting though, is like the idea of like you can actually get down and play. That's cool. I really like that. Oh god, Lord Richard is super mad. Wait, what's going on? Oh, here we go. Needs to bring something up after watching someone stream your demo. Let's say
this is.
Oh, yeah.
This is actually my friend who's who bitches. His name is really Vuk, and he does bitch to me about like audio all the time. Mm-hmm. So it's like kind of real life thing.
So, well, let me say, well, your pixel graphics leave a lot to be desired. Your sound effects are, well, what can I say? Amazing? You dare to say that having no sound effects is amazing? Ah, crap.
Yeah, because I haven't got around to putting sound in the game, so I thought
you are not a developer at all. Sound is 95% of the experience of playing games, maybe 99.9%. You could not even be bothered to put any sound effects into the game. Try clicking an option now. Okay. See, not a sound, nor a peep, or a beep. The button should make a sound. That's why your game is just bad. Dude, this is brutal. This is exactly what it's like.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people don't realize is there are so many, like, weird feedback things that you get like that where someone just dies on a hill saying that your whatever it is you made is completely worthless because of some super minuscule thing. You're like, cool, man, I'll add that. And there's like this is... I
can't take it. The dev has, not paid enough attention. They haven't listened to me, and this is unacceptable. I want a refund.
Yeah. And my favorite thing is, I want a refund. You played a demo. Yeah, but I want one. But it's free.
Yeah. Compensate for me for my time.
Oh, it's so funny, dude.
Like, the other thing that we got in here is like this: you get to talk to people from the industry. So there's sort of satire of everyone from Humble Bundle to people selling you ads and all that. And you get the people that go, "Hey, I really love your game," and then they sort of talk to you a lot, and then you realize that they don't love your game. They don't even know your game, and they're just making stuff up,
Yeah.
Like the 3D graphics are amazing and stuff like that.
Yep. No, I mean, that's publishers do the same kind of weird stuff. Like, we've got a demo up that's been up for just ages of something that we're not going to work on until after, like, our RPG is done. It's called Kill the Moon. But, like, I get emails every once in a while. I just saw your game, and it's incredible. I can't wait to sync up. And I'm like, no, you didn't. Like... It's like, get out of here. No, you didn't, dude. Like, it doesn't even have a playable. Like, what are you talking about? So it's amazing how many scams are out there, man. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. It's
you get fan art from a kid. Wait, what are the options here? Why is it 1 and 2?
I think it's still floating from the last vote, I think. Yeah, I don't think that the people joining. I think we fixed it. It doesn't spam all over the desktop anymore.
Oh no, chat! Don't break the kid's heart. Oh, thank God. Chat was. I was wondering what the options were. The chat was choosing 2.
I went 2.
Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! I just wanted to let you know, I will always play your games.
Thanks,
Chat,
Nathan.
what do you do? Chat, you're saying thanks. Oh God, they're trying to 50-50 it. That's what they do. God damn it! No, don't you 50-50. You failed it. You told the kid you'd add him into the video game.
Yeah.
What's up, drawing? One day you could become an amazing game artist and work with us. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Good interaction.
Inspirational stuff, you know.
Steam demo is coming to an end. Oh, they're killing our Steam demo. Oh, wait. What? Why? When are we launching? Wait. I don't think we're ready to launch the game. We haven't even done anything. Oh, no.
Yeah, the pain.
Chat, you can't 50-50 it. You can't. You'll never.
I just want to type 2 over and over again, like in real life. It's just, you know.
You told us
Never ready. Games are never ready. Yeah, now we're about 2 years late.
5 years late. 50 years late.
Yeah, but it's real, you know. We are like
Yeah.
2 years late.
Honestly, though,
Which
you're
is
making
great.
something that you're really passionate about. You've made something that I think is really unique. Like, I didn't realize that it would go out to the desktop and have you talk to investors and talk to fans and get feedback on that. I think that's the most real example of a game development game that I've played so far. The grand majority of these that I play are more gamified in that you're just kind of creating an experience for players and you're generating value, and it's more like an idle game. This is more like an actual development simulator with all of the weird bullshit that happens along with that. Angry fans, kids that send you fan art, investors not knowing what the hell a video game is. Like, that's pretty par for the course, but it's something that a lot of people don't actually get to see. So I think that's cool, man.
Yeah. We're trying to simulate the whole sort of back end of Steam and everything. So.
Oh, God, wait, there's a time limit now? The game server's going to get turned off? Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God, no. Get out of here. I'm not accepting you. Go away. I have a world to build. Oh, God damn it. Why is there a presentation?
I think.
Release the monsters. The server will go down in glorious, unbridled chaos.
There's some very bad voice acting there, thankfully.
No, this is great voice acting. This is phenomenal voice acting. I don't want to kill every player in the video game. God damn it. I need to make a good video game. Why have you done this, sir? You know what? Sea bears. Sea bears everywhere.
Yeah.
A million sea
That's pretty
bears.
cool. Yeah, go crazy.
It's over, chat. You'll never win.
Yeah.
Thistle rats.
So I don't know if you know the infamous Ultima Online moment when Richard Garriott got killed, and then they basically spawned a bunch of dragons in to kill everyone just
Did
before
they?
their servers went off. Yeah. So this is based on that historic moment of MMORPG history.
I actually had no idea that happened. That's quite... Oh,
Yeah, it's crazy. You should read about it. It's really funny.
did you actually
Yeah, he
error
done-
37 it? Oh, my God, dude.
Yeah. You're the first person to ever get that joke. No
what a
one else
monster.
got it.
You're a monster. Oh, my God, dude. That is sick.
No one else has got that. I'm so impressed.
That's upsetting.
That's real trauma coming back right there.
Oh.
Yeah. I think now he's just going to tell you to go and fill out a survey. It's quite dull.
Yep.
So, yeah.
It was fun. No, this is cool. Let's go.
Disappointing.
Do I go over to the other version of the build now?
If you want to, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
no,
you
I
can
do.
close this.
I super do. We're going to have ads for just a moment, so they're going to pop up for a second.
Yeah.
You try
Is
talking.
it bad? Am I like stealing his time by talking? Oh, I hear you're back. I hear voices. That's great.
You can kind of
You left me alone for so long
So I guess the real
in the void of infinite
When you're
void.
wearing a helmet, how do you actually get the headphones to work? How do you do that?
Oh, I don't. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, how do
Oh, but you've got a little nose space. That's really
you
good.
do? Yeah, no, it's all up in there. But like, how do you get the headphones in, man? How do you get them in there?
I don't do headphones. I just have the sound down really quiet and just ignore the sound. Because there's no sound in our game anyway, so it doesn't matter. As Vuk
Oh,
told
wait.
us in the.
Wait, there's something happening. When you talk, it's resonating the helmet, and it's like the whole thing is a speaker.
Oh, great. It's
Oh, that's
horrible. Like it
fantastic.
all echoes around inside and feels super uncomfortable, and it's just really weird.
No,
It's a very
nice.
surreal experience.
It's nice, but it's kind of warm, you know?
Oh, I have like sweat streaming down my face by the end of it. It's hideous.
I can understand.
So yeah,
This is how it should be.
I don't
Chad.
recommend it.
This is real game dev.
that looks
I can't see
amazing.
a damn thing.
Oh, and I have to wear glasses, so I have to wear glasses under the helmet, which is really funny. So they're kind of embedding themselves into my nose, and there's not been blood yet, but I think eventually there will be blood.
I literally took my glasses off so that I could actually wear it, and I can't see shit in there.
Yeah, it's the most stupid thing to do. I don't know why I started it.
Well, I mean,
I just
now
need a
it's part of
filter
it.
to do it
Yeah.
instead of real life, but that's that's not bleeding for your art, is it? That's like I've got
Yeah,
to feel
yeah.
real pain for my art.
I want one that looks like a chicken nugget.
Oh, that almost looked like a chicken.
It did almost
rather
look
than
like a
nugget.
chicken.
Yeah.
I was upset after I hit randomize. I was like, oh, it was a whole chicken. That's kind of chicken-like, maybe.
So this is the I don't know. Is it casual mode? I don't know. This isn't really the casual mode. This is the if you like, let's build a zoo kind of mode. But it's still got all the game sim stuff. But we remove all the dialogue and just make it like a lot more accessible and fun. And it has the Twitch stuff isn't working, but you can play the whole thing multiplayer, and then you can play the whole thing with your Twitch chat as well. But yeah, imagine you can because it's not working.
So Twitch integration is not working on this one.
On this, so in this, it's like everyone can vote for everything and stuff. Yeah. So resume, don't quit. So everyone will vote for the things they want, and basically, that's how you progress. You just sort of pick the things you want in your world.
That's
And
really
if you
cool.
click the
Start
up in the top,
generating.
there's like the objectives, I think, which we just put in today, up in the top right, and that's
Oh, that's really interesting.
If you
And
if you drag a really big box, if you zoom out and drag a huge box,
Yeah.
well, as big as you can, and then you slide that slider.
Oh.
Oh, you can't go that big. I think you've not got massive amount of space.
I'll do it. Oh, the bandwidth limit.
Oh, influencer stream! How exciting!
We can only have 5 users on the server.
Yeah,
at
sadly
one
not the
time.
best influencer stream. I think if you
But
click the watching bit, I think. Oh, okay. I'm backseat playing again, aren't I?
You are.
Oh, the terror! All the way over there. That's gonna.
That's as big as it'll go. Because we have
Okay.
a
But
map
if you
will
slide
do
the little, okay, it's fine.
600.
You can sort of randomize it once you do that, but you've used all your land, so.
I think it's
if
really
you go to
interesting
the-
that you're dealing with resources like that as well. I think that's actually quite cool. Surprising, really.
If you move your mouse to the bottom right of the screen, I think the taskbar will come on.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. And it shows kind of how much money I have as well right now.
Yeah. Oh, the streamer's already left. Normally the streamer is there, and you can click on them and you can watch their stream.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, yeah, there's all the kind of 6-7 kind of memey craziness going on. Thousands of weird, terrible chat words.
Very good.
That
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah. So it's just endless drivel. It's just like complete nonsense chat.
So, with this in mind, I generate revenue just by having things in the game. Like, that's it.
This is a hardcore, this is the way the simulation's supposed to work. So what you just played before, you're in the development period. So you've got a bunch of money from Lord Richard, but then when you launch the game, you only get money from the players buying the game or paying for subscriptions. So Just Build, this mode, starts with it already kind of out. So every time a player joins, you get money. And every time you sort of put the price up or you add another product for them to buy, it kind of continues like that. So if you just click on voting all the time, it'll constantly give you more ways to make money. The vote thing, the chest thing in the top left, that's always your way to get more stuff. So get money, or you can build quests, or you can do whatever.
That's really cool.
Every time you build a quest, you get more notoriety, which means more players come and more players buy your game.
I really like that. I think it's really quite cool that you've built this system in this way. And I'm getting problems where players can't actually connect. So I need to up my bandwidth somehow.
Yeah, I think it's just a vote option that will come up. I don't know why it's not come up. It's supposed to have come up. But I don't know. We only made the build today, so maybe it's broken and you'll never get it. In theory, if you need bandwidth, which you do, it's
Yeah.
supposed to have like 100% chance of coming up, but it's not.
With that in mind,
I think if
for
you
how... Oh, sorry. Keep going.
I think if you spam the vote button a few times, eventually it should come up. I hope. Unless it's trying to make you make a quest first, which it could be.
With all of that in mind,
Yeah.
with you going as in-depth as you actually are on the aspect of what it feels like to make something like this, there we go, bandwidth. Do you have any ideas in mind of doing things like maybe hosting your own server in-game and then you have to upgrade the parts for it? Or is like anything like that? Because you already have everything else, right?
We haven't announced that feature, but if we were to announce that feature, you might find that we'd have drawn in isometric every single part of a computer for the last 50 years, from motherboards to computer chips to RAM to hard drives to...
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, okay then.
And they all... If we had that feature in the game, it would be like that, but we haven't announced that we have that feature, so I don't know if we have that feature. But if we
Okay.
did, all the chips and things would wear out and you'd have to replace them. And as the technology got more and more dated, people would be like, this game looks so old. So you have to buy like better graphics cards, and then you have to like redo all your work in 3D and things like that.
So I'm gonna be
If we
honest
had
with
that
you,
in the game.
no matter what game you play on the internet, someone somewhere will say that it looks old, no matter what.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's one of the reasons I really adore pixel art, right? Because to me, it never looks old. Like, I've always loved pixel art. And
Yeah.
and I sound going to sound a bit ridiculous now. I remember when 3D first started being around, and I looked at old 3D games, and I thought they looked really shit. And now, obviously, now I have this super nostalgia for them, and I really love them. And I think that I never thought, like 20 years ago, that bad-looking 3D would be amazingly beautiful. But yes, now I love it. So, yeah.
That's good. Yeah, I mean, like, this is quite cool. The idea of, creating dungeons and creating, like, an open world where people can go and play an MMO. And then the more, I guess the more important and unique part of this isn't actually this part of the game. It's, to me, it's everything else that goes along with it, which is having to do things like upgrade database storage, having to figure out bandwidth for that, having to deal with an investor, have to deal with fan communications. Like, all of that is so... That's not generally done in these kinds of games, and I find that fascinating, right?
Yeah. There's this thing where we have, like, the events around the world, and so you can send your developers off, because we have, like, a Trello board and everything, and you can assign them tasks. But if you send them off to, like, PAX, or whatever we call it that isn't PAX, they have to take time off work, and then they get jet lagged, and you have to spend all the money to send them there.
Yeah.
And obviously, I think, I don't know, but I find like those sort of events a bit pointless. So, yeah, it's not giving you many interesting options. This is what we're balancing right now, is to try to make the things more exciting. There's really fun options. I think if you spam it a bit, you should get something more interesting.
Yeah, I'm going through and looking
Unless
at
it's just
requests.
because you haven't built a quest.
I have a
Yeah,
quest.
I've maybe got to build a quest. Did you finish it?
No, I'm still getting more stuff. Oh.
Yeah, I think it's going to make you build a quest. So the other thing we're going to do, well, we're talking about it. We might not. But I want to do a thing that shows you all the choices in the game, and it shows you the percentage chance of them coming up. And then you'll be able to pay money to understand the game logic underneath of why it's not coming up. So you pay like 100 like coins or whatever, and it'll be like, well, the ground is not coming up because it has a 30% chance until you've nearly run out. And then that chance goes up, And because of the way the game is, we can get away with completely opening up why we made the choices, And I find that quite interesting.
Yeah. No, I do too.
Sort of.
What made you choose kind of randomization as the progression system for that instead of kind of directed by the player?
Just because we wanted it to be fun multiplayer. Like, this is supposed to be a primarily multiplayer mode. Oh, you can build the building half overlapping an edge. You don't have to have it fully inside the
This
zone.
guy's in the way is the problem, and I can't move him.
Oh, yeah, I don't think you can. You might be able to move him. Click on the thing at the top, the character selection thing. The pointer with the little dude
There we
on
go.
the right of that. Oh,
Thank you.
that thing, yeah. Oh no! Oh yeah, cool.
Get rid of
He's
him.
gone, and they can't do the quest. Cool.
They didn't need a quest anyway. It was holding them back.
Yeah, I mean, I think you just build him again. He's cheap enough. Oh, I wonder if you can do the thing in this mode.
The thing?
I'm not sure. Might work. After you place this guy down, if you click on the little people icon at the top where it says 16, this may or may not work.
Okay.
The one above it, above that, there's like in the top bar, there's a little number 16.
Yeah.
Yeah, click on someone who's green light person, because those are people in the game. So in the player directory, click a green row, and then click on view in game.
Did not work.
Oh damn, it's disabled. You can normally see their inventory and everything, and like watch them walking around and see everything they're doing, and their personal data's there. That if you click on personal data, you can see their
password and everything. Oh my god, the credit card number, the password,
credit
the
card
real
numbers.
name, personal wealth, affluent. Oh my god.
Yeah, get ready to exploit those people.
I was like, oh, that one's affluent. Let's give him an ad.
Yeah, let's go crazy.
Sell him some pay to win, dude. Sell him some pay to win.
Yeah. I mean, that's
Honestly,
based on like the real experience of making. Like, we used to make mobile games for a while, and it was just so disgusting, you know. Like, it was such a. And there was this thing when like GDPR came in, and you're not allowed to like track people anymore. And I remember having a meeting at like a Google event, and they're like, "Well, we have this thing in the SDK, and you can now query whether or not the person is a spender or not." And it's like, because we hold the data, we know, but you're not getting data, so it doesn't break GDPR. And they were literally telling us that we should change the game experience for like different like players. It was utterly disgusting.
That's terrible.
Yeah. Thank
Super
goodness that we stopped doing that. But what's great about it is that, you know, we learn all of the terrors and we can apply them to this.
Yeah, I mean, like that's the
Welcome.
biggest thing about it is, you know, if you've learned stuff that you'd be willing to do and stuff you wouldn't be willing to do, and now you know exactly what it's like out there, you know.
Yeah, it was a super horrific experience.
Well, I'm glad.
I don't know if this is going to
glad you're
give you
all right,
anything
you know?
amazing.
Yeah.
I feel like your choices aren't too exciting at the moment. It does get more interesting,
I think they're
but I
pretty
think because
exciting.
you're in the middle of rebuilding it.
Yeah, I think this is, to me, this is actually quite cool.
Oh, Night Fort. There you go. Oh, it's too late. There you go. Night Fort's a goodie. Missed it. Brand partnership.
Decorative.
That's when
set.
things start to get a bit
Battle
zany.
pass. Let's get a battle
Oh,
pass.
there you go.
Let's put that shit in the game. Battle
So
pass.
finally, it's giving you some cooler stuff
Wow, we've made $59 off the battle pass already.
instantaneously.
Horrific.
If you click the
Night
drop down,
Fort.
you can see that.
Game
yeah.
partnership
It's-
with Night Fort.
Yeah. Obviously, it's giving you loads of votes, and we haven't balanced it very well.
We have a battle pass. We got DLC, subscribers, cross-platform release. Wow. No, we had
Yeah.
a cross-platform going on.
Yeah, that needs to. Yeah, that's supposed
Increase
to start with the
base
Steam release.
price. Yeah,
Yeah,
more
now you start
expensive
making the
video
money.
game, dude.
Yeah, drop to free to play.
Enable
Currently, that's
subscription.
not in, but that will be in. Yeah, that will be in before too long. There you go.
If you go to free to play, is it going to increase like the amount of gold sellers and everything in the game too? Do you have stuff that you have to deal with?
Yeah,
that?
I mean, what we hope to
Billy
do
Walker.
is that you can basically then go in and take specific elements and make them cost money, and then you can do stuff like make stuff really difficult. And we're trying to give players. So we also want to put loot boxes in. And there'll be some players that just are really addicted to loot boxes, and they won't even play the game. They'll just keep on going until they get that like 1% drop item, and you'll be able to edit the percentages and everything of all the drops. So really horrific, you know, like proper nasty game balance stuff, you know, like really disgusting behavior.
That sounds awful. I'm in.
Yeah.
Like I've already put up a battle pass, and also, you know, like here, let me pull up all the horrible things that we've already done. How do I see that? Is it in this? Yeah.
I think it's at the top on your money. I think. If you look
I already
on
have a
your coins.
DLC. I've got a battle pass. I've got subscription models for up to 2 years in advance. Oh God, it's already begun.
Yeah, and you'll be able to adjust the prices and really, you know, offer benefits and all that stuff. Special promotions.
More overworld floor.
The influencer stream, do it, and then click on the thing when it. Oh, okay, too
I
late.
need more space first.
Yeah.
Oh, brand partnership? Wait. Oh, streamer tools. Let's add those. It's a great idea.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I got a bunch of new players. People are buying the DLC. It's working.
Even though there's no game, so they're all leaving pretty quickly. So the
That's
idea
fine.
is that the people will play until they've completed all the quests, and then they go. And obviously they stay in your database. So you're supposed to have more game to keep them, and then this doesn't work yet. But the idea is that the longer they stay in, the more they're likely to spend money. Just like real life, there's all these terrible things, as long as you get them to spend once, then they're more likely to spend. And as long as they play above this many hours, they're more likely to spend. And all this really disgusting stuff,
Yeah, but I'm adding chicken masks. The DLC.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
that's
why-
brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you play the game, dude?
And I think if you look
More
around, you might see there's some people wearing chicken masks. You might see some bananas and things
There's one
as
right
well
there.
that
There's a
are
chicken mask.
not Fortnite honest.
You can see the game
Let's see.
devolving before your very eyes.
Yeah.
It's incredible, actually. Yeah, let me build some roads.
Oh, you got to. Oh, no, streamer tools again. The streamer's a good thing.
You'll never prove it. I'm really glad I'm growing mushrooms on this wood. It's a great thing.
So there's a system that allows stuff to grow and be farmed. I
Yeah.
haven't really talked much about the AI. So the AI is really the AI can complete any quest that you build, basically, and they can find any way to do it. So if they need health and they're dying and they really want to get health, they'll go and cut down mushrooms and eat them, providing that they make them better. But if they don't know how to cut down mushrooms, they might go and get the skill to cut down the mushrooms so they can get the mushrooms. It's there's a sort of resource map that allows us to look through the entire game and see how everything relates to everything else. And that makes it so that AI can do any action that you can do. There's some problems with that because things like puzzles, they sort of know how to do the puzzles straight away.
Yeah.
So we haven't bothered putting puzzles in really at the moment because it's how do you make them interesting? Oh, it's banana.
It's funny.
But yeah. So the idea behind this mode is that it goes on for infinity amount of time. And there's, I don't know, 50 towns and dungeons and things and forests to unlock. So it never stops until you run out of frame rate, I guess.
Have you,
I don't know.
have you guys had quite a lot of community built up behind this? What is the player, interaction been so far?
We've got a Discord and stuff, and obviously I love everybody on our Discord, but it is quite quiet. I feel, in all seriousness, there's things about the game that are definitely freaking people out. It's too complicated, so people are I don't know what it is, For me, it's the game I want to make, and I'm really, really happy about it. And the more crazy it is, the happier I get. The more stupid things that go into it,
Yeah.
But I think with marketing, you need a simple message of, this is a game about I'm not dismissing games like Bull Pit or the Clover games like that. They're just really simple messages, It's you're going to play this thing and it's Arkanoid, but killing monsters. And it's great, and I've played it loads, but I feel we're in the world of really simple message gaming. And this thing, it's what is it? It's a MMO builder, but it's a game builder, but it's there's too many messages. It's really difficult to get people to understand. Which is sad, because it's this is the creation of my life, I think. I'm putting everything into it. And I don't think I'll ever make another game like this. It's too much. It's been crazy. It's been 4 years and 9 months, or 4 years and 1 month since, I can't remember how many months, something like that, but over 4 years since Let's Build a Zoo came out. And I've been working on it since then with the team. So I've never worked on a game for 4 years, even LucasArts and stuff. I think the longest was 2. So, yeah. And I don't think I'll ever stop either. I think I can carry on working on this game for the rest of my life quite happily. So if it's not a success, I'll be very sad.
Yeah, I mean, like,
I'll cry a lot.
I think you're making something really interesting and unique here, though. And, like, I think I understand why it might feel intimidating. What do you think is the game that is closest to what you're building?
Oh, that's a really difficult question. I think if I think about how the game's life will evolve, I think people will play this simulation game and they'll love how it's all about the, video game industry and exploring these worlds. And in the play mode, like I've written actual full RPGs. There's full stories and there's full narrative. So all these areas actually have a reason to exist. So it's super deep. And I think that thing can really engage people. But the backside of it, the way the simulation works and the way you can play with the simulation, I think it's sort of like a build your own dwarf fortress kind of thing.
Good.
I think you can go that deep with it.
No, I'm
But
saying
obviously
good
that's
because
super intimidating.
it may be super intimidating, but that was the game I was going to say was Dwarf Fortress. Because the moment you showed me that I could look into each one of the characters, see all the active players, know exactly what all their game data is, their personal data, start forming strategies around that, you have basically made Dwarf Fortress for an MMO developer, which is not a thing that has ever existed, right? And so, like, yeah, you have this hyper in-depth, incredibly modifiable, ridiculously hard to enter, amazing piece of work. And that's gonna
Wow.
I think that's gonna take time for people to get used to it. So if you're having trouble with people finding something like this, you've got a community out there that exists, right? You have the Dwarf Fortress community. They need to find this. Because I think
We need to steal them.
yeah, well, I mean, there's more room for this. There's nothing else that exists that's like Dwarf Fortress. And even if your game is not as complex as Dwarf Fortress, it's got the bones of that, man. Like from all the things that I'm seeing with this, with all of these different, methods of interaction, and then leaving this and going to the desktop. Like, how do I go to the desktop from here? How do I get back?
Well, you
to
can't. 'Cause it's the casual mode.
Oh, okay,
So
fair.
I think if you want me to share screen, we can go into the real mode, the beast of the mode.
Let's see it.
This
Because,
is all
like,
just the warm up.
The thing that's crazy about this is the bones of what Dwarf Fortress is, right? And I've played that most of my life, Dwarf Fortress. So like seeing this, I'm like, oh wait a minute, I see what you're doing here. This is wild, and I could understand where a new player would see that and they're like, oh, I'm just gonna build a dungeon. They're like, what the hell is all of this? Like that's very intimidating for a player. But to be real, this isn't bad. You shouldn't feel like it's bad. It's not a bad experience for the player. I think it's just one of those things where you have to be like, hey, if you like Dwarf Fortress, you might like this. Because that's pretty cool.
Well, I think
man.
I'm sharing it with the wrong chat. I think I just started sharing with my with that Discord.
Nice. Well done.
Yeah.
Just finished the demo. That was fun. Yeah, Dwarf Fortress we build
Okay.
until we die in epic ways. For those who don't understand, Dwarf Fortress is a hyper-customizable, ridiculously in-depth, absurd dwarf fortress simulator, right? And you never win it. There's no way to win Dwarf Fortress. You just find the fun, and that means you die in hilarious ways. And, like, this feels very similar in terms of depth and scale, but it's in a different direction. It's in the direction of you're building a game, which I find fascinating.
Well, is it that direction as we're about to see, I think.
Okay, one sec.
Are you able to see my screen?
Yeah, and I'm going to make it so that they can see it too. One moment. Grab that.
I don't know what this is going to be like, streaming from Singapore to the US to the world.
You're in Singapore.
Live by satellite. It's, yeah.
Where is Discord on this? Why is this being so weird? There we go. Grab that.
I used to live in the UK, and then I lost my job. Actually, yeah, I got fired from a company called DigiGuys. That was one of the worst jobs in the universe. And then I went to a job fair, and there were some people from LucasArts, and they said, you should go to America. And I was like, I don't have a degree. Then they said, you can go to Singapore. They'll take anyone, which is totally not the truth anymore. They won't take anyone at all anymore. So yeah, I'm going to play creative mode.
I'm going to watch this.
My game. Sorry, this is a bit dull for you, but
No, it's not. No.
we'll see.
I want to be very clear with you. Like, I know it may be frightening to, have your game out there and, like, shown to all these people, and I know it might be, you might be worried about all the negative parts, the little weak points and everything like that. I think what you're making is cool as shit. To be super, blunt about it, I didn't quite understand what I was getting into at the beginning, and I was kind of playing around. So I was like, "Is this a simulator? Is this like a thing?" Now that I understand what you're building, this is wild, dude. Oh, that's cool.
Wow. There's a funny story. So Kowloon Knights.
Yeah.
You know that the investor fund people. So they invested in our game, and I think they invested in it because Let's Build a Zoo did really well. And we sent them a deck that was really terrible, but they're such lovely people and they're really approachable and they're nothing but good things to say about them. Anyway, they signed the game. They gave us some money. And then a year later, they played a demo. And one of the people was like, "Oh, now I know what you're making." I was like,
yeah,
okay. I don't think they knew. So obviously, because we're trying to simulate the games industry, the real way to simulate the games industry is to simulate everything that goes into building a game. So what we can do is whatever we want. So I'm trying to oversell it. I'm going to make it, what am I going to, I'll call it Thor. Thor,
Hell
there it
yeah.
is.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to draw some hair badly.
Don't worry, I have that. Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know, gray shirt.
Nice.
So we went to PAX, and this little kid, he like drew me and this other guy called James, and it was really lovely. You got some red things on your shirt. There you go.
I do like
think,
red things
I
on my
can't
shirt.
tell
I
if
got
you
some of
got
those.
pants on.
Yeah, no one
I
knows.
think you got pants on.
No one knows. If they found out, I'd have to claim it was AI. So
Yeah. I mean, I could do all kinds of things with that, but so yeah, that's an amazing frame. Yeah, you've not really got any hair. Let's fill the hair in. So what
So
this does, this uses a
rotate it.
color map. Yeah, so there's a color map. So there's like a rainbow of colors behind the sprite, and then we sort of animate where every color pixel is expected to go.
and then you can just fill it in from there. I'm glad that I was very bald from that angle. That's good. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I don't know what the back of your head is like. I mean, I could.
I mean, don't worry. I don't
leave a
know
little
either.
bald spot.
So it could be like that. Right?
I won't
You know?
leave a bald
I've never seen
spot.
it. So
Yeah. So because of the way the color map works, it's like automatically animated now. So the whole character just works, which is like magic. So I'm going to save that now.
dude, this is actually
go.
brilliant. Yeah, it's tiny Danny DeVito. That's true. We could do that. We could make a small
yeah.
Danny DeVito.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It doesn't really look like you. Deep apologies. So obviously you're seeing that it's starting to be like actual game dev tools. So if I go into this, but what bothers me? So there's things like, I don't know, I'm going to sound really arrogant now. Please don't be horrified by my illusions of grandeur. I think that, as I said earlier, like game design tools and game dev tools, I'm also frustrated that I can't get my ideas onto the screen quick enough. And I'm so fed up of writing the same thing over and over and again. And I think that you look at things like Roblox, and you have to go out and write stuff in Lua, and you have to actually code. And I just feel like there's a way to make games that like is accessible to everyone. And that's sort of what I set out to do, was like build something that felt like nice and just, you know, there are not that many types of quests in the world, you know. Everything can be boiled down to this many quests pretty much. That is all games.
Yeah.
So we're going to kill rats. Let's kill a rat. So, and then we can give it a name. You know, kill those stupid rats. And if I wanted to write all the quest description, I can go in and write it so that if I was to play it, I'd be able to read all those things. Confirm. Let's close that. Let's go back out. So I built my world, which is pretty rubbish. Well, let's put a spawn point in it. So obviously, I think you can see. So when you have a team of pixel artists and you have 4 years to make a game, it just goes on and on and on. The volume of assets that we've built is ridiculous. You know, it's.
So
I mean, I'm just typing rat in, and look how many things came up for rat. And I'm just trying to find the rat that I want to place.
So here's the interesting thing for me, right? How do you build a progression game out of this? Because this feels like Dwarf Fortress creative mode, right?
Okay. Well, I can show you bits of that, but not all of it works yet. But there will be bits that we can get to. So now I've got the rat, and I'm going to spawn some people. So, I didn't put the quest giver down, so there's nothing for them to do. But I need to put... Wait, you're not an enemy. So there you go. So Thor's now in the world. And now there's enough stuff for them to do the quest. And I can look at the quest. So here it is. And if I go into the quest...
They're getting it. They're going to the quest.
So now that someone's completed the quest, we can look at the completion rate. I'm probably going to crash it. If we tick that, we can see everybody with a crown above their head are the people doing the quest I just made. It is not going well. It's taking a long time. The sample accuracy, this is how many people we've sampled doing the quest. And if I reset them, basically if I move some things around in the quest, I can reset the counter and it will start doing an average again across them. The objective is to get your quest to take a certain amount of time and stuff like that. And obviously you can build lots of different things onto each quest. I think if I put down grass, and this stuff is in the main game as well. It's just so people can care about this, but we want them to not care if they don't. So I go back to that thing and I go to the interaction. Is it going to work? Might not work. Loads of things don't work. Oh, here we go. Here's some of the things in the world. So if I look at these grasses, I can see. Can I? Oh, it's gone. I've clicked off it. It's going to be a bad demo. It's not going great.
You're fine. You're totally fine.
This is me, the king of demos. Tall grass. So I should be able to click on it. There we go. So I can see like everything in the game. I can see how many times it's been used and the average. So the average of a piece of grass to be cut down is 0.3 times, and it's been used once, right? And obviously the longer this goes on, the better average you get. And if I go to the loot, that's turned off right now. You can edit what comes out of it and all that kind of stuff. So then you can build like a needs and wants system into these characters that makes them want different things. The game also supports like level gates. I guess we'll do that now. Let's go look at that. So let's write a conversation. So if I go into the conversation editor, I can search for you. And this is like your conversation tree. So we can see there's a quest here. Kill quest. Next, let's write the dialogue, right?
You do realize you've basically just built a game engine, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I can do like a player choice here. No. Oh, did I hit a weird key? No, I didn't. Oh, my caps is on. Oh, the end of the world. Imagine if we had autocorrect. Yes. So if this is where it gets kind of weird. So this all exports in a plain text. So if anyone ever wanted to use our dialogue editor to make their own dialogue for their own game, they could just use the exported files. So everything you like save, you can open up and edit by hand. So obviously here they said yes. So I'm going to add a reward, which is a piece of knowledge, which I'm going to make temporary so it doesn't persist beyond the conversation. Yes, I did. I don't really know what I'm even typing, but it'll make sense eventually. So if we zoom out, we can see that this thing gives something to the player, right?
So it adds like a variable to the player's save sheet.
Exactly.
It's gonna be.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, this is obviously the worst conversation of all time. Link. So these now link back in.
No,
and
also.
Then if I add another line out of here, NPC line, and I add 2, I can make this one basically, if I know this, yes, I did. It will go into that option. And then I can write, yes, you did. Obviously, this is a brilliant conversation. Hilarious. My best humor of all time. No.
So
yeah,
I have
and
a
then
weird,
just preview
I have a
it.
weird question. I have a really weird question for this. What made you want to make a game out of this instead of a tool?
Oh, I think it's just really fun to have all the things working together. Like,
Yeah.
this is a full simulation. So the characters, if I was to put into this line, let's say this, because this is one you can't get to without taking the other line. If I was to give a reward here, I'm not going to give that. I'm going to give them, I could teach them a recipe that they can craft, or I can give them an inventory. I'm going to give them, I don't know, the Grung Fish Farm pass, which does have a reason to exist in the story. So, but obviously we're not in the story that I wrote anymore. But
Yeah.
then you can make that pass like a requirement on a door. and then and then they would know they have to go and talk to Thor, and they have to get through the conversation to this option in order to get the fish pass, right? And then if you make Thor like behind a door that is, you need to be level 20 to open with a super axe, they'll go and grind in a field till they get it. And then, you know, they're all dying. So then you go, I know, I'm going to make it even harder for them, or I'm going to make it easier. So the thing I find fascinating about it is that you're building like a proper sandbox with millions of interacting parts. So it's up to you, really, if you want to make like something that lasts, you know, is really slow, or it's... So in some ways, it's like Dwarf Fortress, but you actually get to design the game at the same time as playing.
Yeah,
the
you
game,
you created MMO developers Dwarf Fortress. I have never seen anything this in depth outside of that. Like, that is bananas, dude. And the idea that you said, like, oh yeah, we might add a thing for doing the hardware for the servers. This is nuts, dude. You've made something freaking rad. Like, what? What?
AI tools. It might crash. Okay, I'm just going to keep on pressing buttons and it might crash. So you can actually go into the AIs and like see, this isn't, we haven't gone that much with the AI yet, but like this chicken, for example, you know, that's all the stuff.
So
that
you can
does,
change
and
all of
this
its
is the little
behaviors.
Chicken that can, yeah. So what's the probability of him waiting? Out's a random range of him waiting, random walk. I mean, this guy's like quite simple. He's neutral, the chicken, so he won't fight you unless you fight him. And these are all his kind of engagement stats. So if we go back into we've got these inventory editors. So you can edit an item, or you can edit default items. So it's got the kind of idea that you can build a base item and everyone can use that, and then you can modify it in higher layers so that there's like an archetype or a template. And then you can give those items to things. So I think earlier we played with Sea Bear, right? So Sea Bear. So these are his attacks.
There's one thing I'd like to know about this is you have all of the systems in place, everything. What are the stakes for the player? What makes this into something you can lose?
Well, you don't have to be able to lose it. It's just up to you to play with it, really. In this mode, creative mode. But creative mode, you can build full games that you can publish. So you can make a game and you can limit what other people could do. So I could set up a survival game.
Yes.
And I could set all the needs in once, and I can put those onto a player, and I can drop them into the world and say, they need to eat food every 20 seconds, or they're going to die. And then I can make the food like come out of like every sea bear that you kill with a 5% chance. And then what I can do with that is I can then test it with AI, because I think that's the thing that's missing in most of those like creation games, like Roblox and stuff. You get to make the game, but you don't get to see it. So you can press like spawn AI, and because the AI can do everything a player can, you get to watch your game and you have loads of fun seeing people succeed and fail at it. Then you play it yourself, and then you press publish, and it's on the internet, and other people can play it if you want, you know. That's sort of it. I mean, I think it's really fun just to play with a simulation. So
that's
let's give him an assault rifle. Force equip the assault rifle. So I think the sea bear, actually, he's got a behavior where he sleeps, which I'm not going to edit because it might crash. So yeah, he's got this sleep thing, and we'll see that he's going to look stupid because he's asleep. But I can delete it, in theory, but I don't want to because it might crash. I didn't test it before. So now if I put sea bears everywhere, because I just gave him a machine gun that he is now holding by default, you can see they're all holding pink machine guns.
Oh God.
Yeah, and I can go and edit those guns, and I can make their range further. I can make them have a wider spread. I can make them use burst fire. The weapon editor, I mean, it's really messy. No one would know how to use it, but it's like hyper deep, the weapon editor. So they're all like the defaults. Let's go and find a gun. We can go to that assault rifle.
Was it the pink assault rifle or the assault rifle?
I don't know which one I've selected, to be honest. So it's probably not the right one. I'm not actually going to save it because I think it doesn't work, but you can go in and edit so much of it, like the way the aim works, the way the kickback works. So the way I approach these things is I think about like every game I've ever designed or played, and then I think, can we make mechanics that allow us to build all of those things? Like, can we build a system that would support everything that I can think of? And so, like, our crafting system is a simple crafting system, but it also supports full gacha and all that kind of stuff.
So with the sprites and everything, the way that you have them in this, they're inside of just a tiny little sprite sheet. Oh, we got ads. One sec. Before we got cut off by ads, speaking of the pixel art, can I import stuff into this, say, using a sprite or other tooling?
Well, here's the problem, right? I want the game to not be limiting on consoles versus PC.
Okay.
And how do you import something on a console?
You don't.
You can
Not
easily
well.
just drop an image into the folder. They're all in PNG. Every single image is just a PNG file. So if I go to this image list thing here, right, this is basically, we've got 81 pages of stuff, you know. So what's that? I don't know. Oh, that's a piece of concept art that we still haven't finished. This is a capsule. That's something that we're using in a weird bit of the game. So every single piece of art is in here. We need a better tagging system for this. But yeah, so you can load anything. But if you were to put an image in the folder called images, it would appear in this list. But I didn't tell you that because I want it to be the same on console. I don't know how you can't physically put an image in your folder. And then when you press publish, yes, it will package up the image and it will send it with the game. We have all this crazy stuff for like banning people. So if they draw like a dick, then we find that, we can ban it, and we can ban all the children, all the people who took that and modified it. Our Steam simulation has like, yeah, this is really stupid. Space guy, where is it? Space future guy. So our Steam simulation has like 700 real games in it, but we've redrawn the art. We have this concept artist who full time just draws things like this. So this is like our Halo parody, and we just have all these millions of games. But the idea is that we take those games and we give you the art without the logo, so you can. There's another one.
You can make your own stuff.
Oh, it doesn't load the same. Yeah, so you could take this, and you're supposed to be able to get this without the logo and just a spaceship, and without the PC CD-ROM, and then you can use it in your game. So yeah, and we dynamically build the atlases. So every sprite is an individual asset, and when you load it, we just slap it onto a giant atlas that we build in memory. What else?
So what is your end goal with this? What is your end goal for this game? What do you want it to be?
I want it to be everything. That sounds really stupid, doesn't it? But
not stupid. It's just like I'm kind of blown away by this. It feels like Dwarf Fortress, but it also feels like a game editor. But it also feels like you're making an MMO, but for only one player at a time. So like I'm.
The game is
right?
the game is multiplayer.
So I can have multiple people on the same server at the same time.
Yeah. So the goal. This one's a really difficult one, but the goal. Well, we already talked about how in Twitch you can have lots of players that are in your Twitch stream or controlling characters whilst you're building the game.
Correct.
But the goal is that you can be building stuff with your friends. So you could be running this creative mode with a few people. So you could be rebuilding like Oblivion together, like with a bunch of friends. And then, again, don't hold me to this. I'm over-promising. I'm Molyneuxing it. There's a song inside the game called I Am the Molyneux because it's about me doing this.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah. But the idea is that people could be playing the game whilst you're kind of building your own Oblivion, and you can be throwing monsters down in front of them and tuning those monsters and just sort of hanging out, you know, just going crazy and doing whatever you want. So originally I wanted it to be so I can make Pac-Man. I mean, with all the weapons, you can make something approaching like Enter the Gungeon. Sorry, you look a bit, I think I've given you feminine hair. Sorry.
I have gigantic hair, so don't worry. People come into chat all the time. They're like, I thought you were a girl from the thumbnail. And I'm like, well, you learned something about yourself today. Congratulations, I guess.
But even this, like, obviously I'm drawing absolute trash because I'm not paying any attention. But this, if I make a sprite layer for this, I can export it and I can name it. So I can be like, oh, I've drawn a new type of shirt. And then people can search for that shirt on the store. And everything's like free on the store. We don't currently have.
So people can share stuff around and you can make things from that. It's kind of like a big collaborative personal projects, which is weird.
So individual assets, And there's this thing. Come on, GameFlow editor.
It hates you.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, it does. It does. So I'm going to make a new screen. Title screen. And I'm going to add one of those images. I don't know. Oh, there we go. Oh, this is only a small one. The Witcher. That's not a big one. I want to find something big. Oh, Simulation Simulator. I know that one's quite big. Simulation Simulator. Yeah.
It's a simulator that simulates simulations. Got it. On PlayStation 32. Wow.
Yeah, it's going to be brilliant. So obviously I haven't cropped out all the logos and things yet. Do you know what it is yet?
What could it be?
So that, yeah. And then I add a text box, and in that, all right, play game. There we go. I need to send to justify it. I can change the font. I'm not going to do that. It might crash. I'm going to resize the box a bit. Change the font color. Red. That's really hideous. Oh, look at that green. That's brilliant. I'm going to add an interaction. And so with this, I can call the interaction whatever I want. You know, play. I'm going to save it. And then out of this now, so you can see the preview of the screen that I made. I could add another screen. I can jump to a level. I can go to game. I can exit game. I picked the interaction. Obviously, I only made one, and I called it play. So that's my button. So if I had 20 buttons here, they would all appear here. So play, I don't need to select it because there's only one. So I'm just going to return to game. I can change the music on each of the things. Let's go back to the game.
You know, the more that you show me this system, you've played Dwarf Fortress quite a lot, I would assume.
No, I don't have time.
No? Have you ever?
I love the
played
idea
Dwarf
of
Fortress?
it.
Have you ever played it?
Sorry?
Have you ever played it?
No, I don't even own it.
So
I
in
really
Dwarf Fortress,
want to have the time to play it in my life, but you know.
Dwarf Fortress has this thing where every once in a while a dwarf will fall into like this thing called like a fey mood, right? Or he'll fall into a melancholy mood and he'll lock himself in a room and he gets a bunch of resources and then he makes like an artifact of like great crafts dwarfship, right? And it's like amazing. If you get him all the resources, it's amazing. That guy is you. Like you're the dude that's making that thing. I've never seen anyone go this in depth into something like this. You are the dwarf in the fey mood building the thing. Like this is nuts, dude. This is awesome.
Wow, thank you.
Like, I've never seen anything like this. Like, I've never seen anyone go like, I'm going to go so in depth into every single aspect of the thing that I'm doing with this. That's rad, man. That is really, really cool. Yeah, this game is amazing. Chad is freaking out about it too.
Well, that's touching. Is that the one I just selected? Sprite layer? I want the other one, I think. I want the tiled image. It's not really finished. Well, none of it's finished, isn't it? You can see why I could spend the rest of my life making it.
You could definitely spend the rest of your life on this. This could be the rest of your whole life building a game like this. This is...
Cloud. Oh, that's not very big, is it? Let's make it bigger.
Can you just add your own cloud images too? Just build your own?
Yeah, whatever you want. That's the thing, you know. Let me add... Oh, I'll just go cloud again because it's cool. I'll make this one scroll a bit vertically, make it bigger, make it like red and gloomy. Oh, that's pretty rubbish, isn't it? Draw on top.
Blood mist, got it. Yeah, good.
Yeah, there we go. I guess the water should be red too. Then we can, you know, properly gloom it down. Yeah.
I'm really glad we're in like blood hell now. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't get rid of the little islands. I should clean out the coral islands. Obviously, it looks stupid being green, so let's change that to like different color, something a bit more gloomy. I really need a search, or we really need a search in this thing because it's a bit chaotic. Apply the whole map, confirm. Oh, there we go. And let's change the cliff to black cliff. Apply the whole map.
Yeah, for those who are just tuning in,
surface.
This developer has effectively built Dwarf Fortress, the game dev simulator. Like, I've never seen anything like this. It's completely amazing.
Wow.
That looks cool as shit, right?
Yeah, look at that.
Can you make like
you can change it so you can
things?
set up like patterns and stuff. So like if I wanted to write like a, let me do the pattern. I'm going to be childish because that's the best way to be. Like I can write like a, I think I can like paint, yeah. So if I could be bothered, I'd write poo, but I can't be bothered. Oh, maybe I can be bothered. Do we want it?
I think you'd be bothered. I think you do it.
I think. Oh no! Oh, and then I need to add one below, and for that I need to. Does that let me pick? I can't remember. I think I need a picker. Oh well, it's just going to be a line along the bottom.
That's the line of poo.
No.
That's how it works. Dude.
Yeah. Confirm. Poo map! And then you can also offset it. So if it's not in the right place, I can move my poo. You know? Because it's not aligned where I want
There's just so many things that you've built into this that are wild, dude.
He's so stupid. It's very silly. So yeah.
So what are you
I guess I
what are you
can-
working on next for this thing, man? Like there's already everything in it. Is it just more everything, or is it like polish? Like
Play a game I can now play. Well, I don't have any guns. I didn't give myself anything to use. No, I mean, we got to release it, right? So the creative mode stuff, it's kind of unusable. It's fine if I like talk about it, but I think
Yeah.
if you were to play it on your own,
It'd
you
be
just get
confusing.
lost really quickly, I think. But maybe people are hardcore enough to care. I don't know. So we need to like tutorialize bits of this and make it more accessible. Stop it crashing. Just build the mode that you played earlier. That needs to have just a lot of balance and a lot more polish and stuff assigned to it. But that's nearly done, I think. Finally, that bit at least is nearly done. And if we were to release just that, that's as big as like Let's Build a Zoo in terms of how much stuff you can do in it. It's massive.
yeah.
The bit that is a lot of work is the first thing you played, where you go to the desktop. Obviously, I'm trying to write like branching paths, and there's so much text to write. So there's a narrative of the desktop, and that takes you through everything from talking to marketing companies, renting offices, doing deals with Xbox and people. There's some really horrific conversations in there that I need to edit. Like I mentioned, Humble Bundle. Like it's like an inside story about Humble Bundle that I wrote, and I called them like Braggable Bundle, and it's really bad, right? And I can't put it in. I gotta change it. Like it's probably like libel because I didn't change it enough, And there's loads of stories like that I'm just like, that'll be funny. I'll go
And then
somewhere
you're
and I'll
later
drink
like,
with someone and
"Ugh."
yeah, and they'll tell me a story about something like there's one about Valhalla in there, and I got to take it out, Well, we'll see. Maybe I just need to obfuscate it more. I want it to be that the people who know, but the people who don't know just don't get it. And so that's really funny because when people play the game, I ask them like, which one of those things do you think was real? And they usually guess completely wrong. They're like, oh, there's no way. Like there's one bit where there's a deal and you just keep on asking for more money. And it's just like, they just keep on giving you more money. And like, we've had that in the past where it's just like, you get offered a deal and it's like, we're going to give you 20 grand. Aren't you happy? And you go, how's about 100? And they'll go, all right. You just think, it's so weird that kind of thing happens in the industry. So we put all that in there. And then I guess the other thing that we have to do is the play mode isn't fun. Like you exited pretty quick, and obviously you can see in here it's not super fun. I think we have fishing. Fishing is like my proudest thing. I'm not going to show it, but it's ridiculous. The fishing mode
Well, you can't build an
itself
MMO without
is-
fishing. So
Yeah, but our fishing game is like one of my proudest things. It's so stupid. The person who programmed it for me, Anna, she was shocked at the level of detail that we went to. She's like, we're not going to do that. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. So we just carried on going. And yeah, she lost like 6 months of her life into our fishing game.
good.
But that thing, there's a whole story. Like I sort of ruined a bit of it, but the fishing game is a deep satire on the mobile games industry. And it's super cutting, and I spent ages writing that. So there's, like 100,000 word story about the mobile game industry, sort of wrapped up in a fishing story in the world. And every character has a backstory, and every place in the world has a story. And because you can pick, I'll stop soon, sorry.
No,
because
you're
you
good.
can like branch the quest. So you could pick like a fishing quest followed by warrior quest followed by an explorer quest. Those things all have to work together. So the idea is that there's 50 quests in every single story arc, and there's like 8 story arcs, and each one of those arcs is like a full RPG that tells a complete story, but they can branch between them. So that was really fascinating for me because I've written like linear games before, but I've never written something so unlinear. So I had to change the way I thought about it. So I like build the world, and I design the places, and I realized this is how I guess people make like GTA and stuff. You sort of have a rough idea of certain themes you want to cover and where you want to go. But then you just tell stories in the world because you've got like, I have this place and I have this race of Piglonians and they're scientists that use nature to grow things, and the nature is what powers all their like buildings and their electricity, and what would they do when presented
And
with
you
this
can set all that
situation?
up.
What story could I tell? Yeah. But I write all the actual stories that then people can play, but they don't have to play them. They don't have to care. It's just there are these full RPGs in there. So obviously that's really massive because I'm writing full RPG games inside this layer that we never even looked at today. So
Yeah.
that's one of the longest things, and people probably don't even like that. So
No, I think that's
don't know.
awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I think all of this is awesome. I think this is like probably the most wild game that we've seen in Indiecember so far, because the level of depth that you've included in this. This is a level of depth that is unheard of in games in many ways, which is why the only way that I can compare this is Dwarf Fortress. That's the only thing I can compare it to in terms of depth. That is more work than I think people will ever understand what you are doing. And it's really, really fascinating, dude. I am wondering something. How accepted by the world has this been so far? How many wish lists do you have for this game?
We have 160,000, which is pretty good.
That's very good.
Well, I mean, there's things like over the last month we lost more than we got, so that's pretty terrifying.
What caused that, do you think?
Apparently, whenever it's like the Christmas sale, like people will clean up their wish lists.
They do. They do it on January
yeah.
1st, too.
So I think our game is stagnating a bit because people, I think much like the Let's Build a Zoo thing, like, and the publisher, the investor, I feel like people think it's a certain type of game. They don't realize all the things that are in it because it's too overwhelming a message to communicate. And then they just sort of go, oh, I'm bored of waiting for that because we haven't given them a date. So we used to get loads of wish lists. I mean, we still do okay, but I think because it's my whole life in this game, you know, and it's autobiographical and everything. Like the picture you saw at the beginning drawn by the kid, like that's my art from when I was a kid. Yeah. And the music in the game, it's like I've been a musician for my whole life. And so every song I've written that I'm not ashamed of is in the game. So there's like 1,000 songs in the game. Things like that.
When you do release this, are you planning to launch it into early access? We
haven't said anything about that yet. But it's probably pretty obvious which one we're going to go to. But
Because the way that I look at this is a monumental game that is genre defining in the way that you have Dwarf Fortress was genre defining. You have so many options and toggles in this that are immense that effectively people will be able to form a wiki out of it and teach each other how to play it effectively, which is fine. That is totally okay. There are going to be people that love doing exactly what you have shown here. They will spend years and years perfecting and building ridiculous things inside of what you've made. With that in mind, like, is your strategy after launch to just be like, let me talk to the community, let me add something and keep building it that way? Because the only way I can see this going forward is like that, of like you have it out there and you just start making stuff with the community with that, and they start helping, you know, guide development of this, because this is so much, dude. Like, this is so much stuff to even begin with that I'm kind of blown away. Like, normally you wouldn't even have close to this many features in an early access state game.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, like, it's genuine. Like, even though 160,000 sounds like a lot, like, conversions of wish lists at the moment are all over the place, and people don't necessarily sell anything. Like, I've got friends that are doing less than 1% conversion, you know. I've even heard like 0.1%, and that's wild. So I feel genuinely terrified. Like, I do want to spend the rest of my life on this game. It's not a joke, you know. Like, it's... And I tell people it's my last game, and it's sort of, in many ways, it is. I don't see a need to make another game. And every game I can think of, I can build in this engine. And so that's really exciting. Are you afraid
to put it in people's hands because then are you worried that it's just not going to succeed? Is that the only reason?
I mean, that's pretty heavy, man. Like, if it doesn't sell, I think the emotional fallout would be pretty huge, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's...
No, I can get it. I think to be real with you, I think that you're going to have a very particular kind of player. I think it's going to be a Dwarf Fortress style player. And I think once that community finds what you are making, it will explode. Like,
well,
I think so.
That
like,
would be amazing.
For me, and like, dude, I'm a big Dwarf Fortress dork, right? Like, I've played, like, I will sit there and last time I played Dwarf Fortress on stream, I literally read out the backstory of every dwarf that we had, and we had like an emotional scene where one of the dwarves died on stream in combat. It was like this whole thing. Like, you will find people that are super into that will build those types of things in a game this complicated and this deep. And it's not going to be easy at first, I don't think, anyway. Like, that is wild amount of stuff. Like even this, like animation timeline creation inside of this. This is everything that you would do to actually make a game, not a gamified version. Like actually making the video game, right? Like that's wild, man.
Well, if it worked, that
That's
didn't work,
oh
did
god.
it? So imagine, yeah. I mean, it is, and obviously in the main game, like we hope that there's reasons to use these tools. Like there'll be bugs and you have to fix them.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of it comes from, like I said, my frustration of just wanting to be able to make games quicker and just have fun with them. And I don't think that there's a reason that the tools are so horrible. Like when I first, because I was a designer and I wasn't a programmer, and programming was so hard for me to learn, you know.
Yeah.
And then I look back on it and I can still see why it was hard. And a lot of the people, you know, that talk about this game, they're like, we need a scripting language. And I was like, I think we can do everything without a scripting language. And I think that a kid, it's not like it's a game for kids, but I try to put myself in the position I was in when I was like 12. And I first tried to make a text adventure using like, you know, go to 10 if Y. And I want to make the game that is okay for me back then. You know, I want to make it, and I want to be able to load it up with my friend online. You know, and it's weird to talk about it like a kid, but that just means it's correctly accessible. But I imagine that scenario where 12 years old, and I go online with my friend, and we write a little story about our teacher smelling of onions or something. Maybe that's an 8-year-old thing to do, but you know, whatever it is. And I feel this like sense of creation and power that I don't think anything else gives you that exists right now, and that's really exciting to me.
So that reminds me very much of like when I was a lot younger was Flash, right? Like Flash was the great equalizer when I was growing up, which is you could build anything, anyone could put anything up on Newgrounds. People were making things all the time, and you could make simple video games, and anyone could learn ActionScript. It was easy as shit, right? And I had a great deal of sadness when Flash died. It needed to. It was vulnerable and shitty and old, but like there wasn't anything to take that place. And the only thing that really exists now are there's a number of engines that are more accessible, but not as accessible as Flash was, and then websites like itch.io. You know, and that's basically it. So I understand where you're coming from when you're like, I want to make this easier. I want to do this kind of a thing. And like to me, this feels like both a video game and a tool for those kinds of kids growing up to get interested in this. And that is why it's so fascinating to me. Because it does fill that role, you know.
And there's other things about it, like this will crash. I'm not going to click it. But the resource view is like this wild. Oh, we've got something. Okay, so this, I'm not going to click anymore. It'll definitely go badly wrong. But what this is at the moment, it's in the access gate viewer, which means you can make it so that if I'm not level 1, if I'm not level 10 or higher, this is in a box, but I'll never see it.
Okay.
And you know, if I've got a certain bit of knowledge, I can see this in a box. If I'm this type of character, I can't see it. So, or I can't use it. I can't wear it. So, like, I get I can pick up the gun, but I can't use it until I'm level 20. All these things that we've seen in every game, right? But this tool is supposed to be something I've always dreamt of in all of my professional life that allows me to go, well, who's using this? Like, where is it? What map is it in? Why is it doing stuff? So the idea is that you can expand these objects and see everything they're linked to in the world. And it understands not only the links between the objects and the quests, but how they're laid out in the world. So it'll be like, oh, you've got a key, and this is going to have a big exclamation mark on it because the key is inside the room, and you need the key to open the room, and you've screwed it up, right? And I think, like, just looking at everything like a sort of pathfinding tree through the data, it's like really awesome. And I don't know if we can pull this off, right? It's really, really hard to do, and no one's ever done it, I guess, you know, because I've always wanted it. But no one would do it because it's stupid. That's, you know, you have like testers and things. But when you're trying to approach it like a tool where you want people who don't understand how to make games, like, so they can see their mistakes and their problems, and you start thinking about solutions like this. And it's all about trying to come in with how do we solve accessibility for like game development, and how do we teach people what's going on. So in the main game, if you change the level of a skeleton, you know, and you make him harder to beat, you'll see a heat map of how many people he kills, and you'll see the impact of that across who's completing the quests and who is not. And obviously heat maps like that exist and people collect that data, but it's very rare that you can see that data in the game, like as part of the game. And that's a huge part of what is fun about being a game designer, right? Is like balancing stuff. And even in mobile games, which are disgusting, that was like where we got really deeply into analytics. And you upload the game and you tweak a little bit of something, you move a button or you change the difficulty of a quest, and then you see your fall off changes with the users. And I remember talking to people at like Congregate and stuff, and they're like, the bit of doing the analytics is more fun than making the game. It's the best game in the world. And it's always stuck with me that it is a really good game. Like, it's really fun, like messing around with that stuff. And again, like, there's never, I sound so ridiculous. There's never been a thing. I mean, maybe there is, but I don't know of a thing where you can do that and get real-time feedback and like see the impact of the changes you make. And that's really exciting to me. So I love just making stuff that I want to play, you know.
And you stream this, and you make videos about this.
A little bit, yeah. Like once a month, I think 30 people watch it.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm completely blown away by this. This is the most intricate thing that I have seen in ages, man. Like, and it has the potential to normalize game development for a lot of younger people that want to go get into that with all of the complicated things you would expect from a modern day engine. I've never seen anyone build anything like this. That's
thanks, man.
To be completely blunt, that's fucking amazing, dude. Like, that's really, really cool. Get out of here, Bezos. I'm having a monologue. That's the wildest shit I've ever seen, dude. Like, how long have you been working this?
4 years and a little bit. Yeah.
Just 4 years.
So,
and you've built all this tooling out.
Yeah.
That's bonkers. That's completely insane.
Yeah. There's stuff we haven't even shown. Which I really want to show you, but I'm not going to show you. It's really cool. There's a couple of things that are so awesome.
Show me.
But I cannot show.
I kicked Bezos out. I want to see it.
I know, because I think my marketing lady will say, Holly will be like, you can't, we have nothing left to show. That's what she'll say. And I'll be
marketing
like,
lady, release him.
Release him. No, I mean, Holly's amazing, and she does incredible stuff. And she's right. And I bet she wishes she could be sat here shouting at me, saying, "Don't do that,"
No, legitimately, though, man. Like, I know it's got to be really scary for what you're building, and I know what you're building is unique and not findable pretty much anywhere else in the world or in anything else I've ever played. And that's going to be weird for people at first, but you're going to find a community for this. I guarantee that. 100%. And this is...
So. I mean, that's one of the things that might... I don't know. I don't want to go into a horrific topic. But one of the reasons that I made this game also comes from a fear of the industry and AI and all that terrible stuff. I mean, it didn't start with a fear of AI. It started with a fear of democratization of game development and the kind of spewing of video games, right? I feel there's this future where people will make really small bits of content and that'll all be free. And people like Game Pass will own the markets, basically. So it started from subscription fear, really. That if Game Pass are going to give us money, we have to sell consoles, or we have to be something so special that they will give us money. Because they're not going to give a small game money, because every small game will want to get on it, because it'll be the only way they can make money. So they'll be like, here's 20 grand for your game. And they'll be like, okay, I'll take it, because I got no choice. So I kind of set out to build something that was that could be like a leader of a thing, like its own niche and no one can ever catch up kind of thing, which sounds ridiculous, I know. But how could I build something that can be a kind of leader that no one can really clone very easily? And then with the advent of AI, I'm even more committed to that.
Yeah.
But most publishers tell me I'm wrong because they think that small games, obviously there's the example, the Ball Pit of the world, which is a great game, but it doesn't take so long to build. And I love the game, but I worry that we'll be awash with those kind of products. And everyone's pushing in that direction now, right? They're all like, can we make loads of small, simple games, indie devs, and we can give them no money because they're so quick to build and they take tiny teams and this is the future. That's just greed. And I think long term, the indie devs, it's going to end up like mobile, hyper casual games, and it's going to be awful, and everyone's going to be told they have to make a trailer before they even make the game to see if it sticks with people. Then they got to make a demo, and they're going to get no money for this, and only if the conversion metrics are correct will people actually give them any money. And we're already seeing that in the industry, right? So I'm just like, how do I outrun the tsunami? How do I sit somewhere that is my little mountain that I can build and live on it? and something I love, right? Obviously, it's not just about like industry things, but that was the strategy that helped me believe enough that it was worth spending 4 years of my life making this thing, when it was only supposed to be 2, and it's 4, 5, 6, 7, infinite. But I'm okay with it because I absolutely adore making it, right? But
to be real with you, I
industry.
have that same fear for a lot of this stuff. It is more and more common to make very, very quick content games. It is less common to have long narrative games or long production time games. And because of that, I'm seeing an advent of a lot more roguelikes. They're much easier to build overall over many other games. A lot of the roguelike kind of game mechanics are very simple when it comes down to it. You can actually build those very fast, which doesn't mean they're bad games, but it does mean that they are less narratively driven and have less features overall than other games that wouldn't, right? So I understand your fear in that regard. I also feel like a lot of the times people are incentivized to make smaller and smaller and faster content, even in the world of streaming, right? As a good example of this, if you produce content on Facebook will actually do a pop-up telling you that you should make short-form content of 15 seconds or less because it gets the most views. That is incredibly short. And this is going down from YouTube shorts that were 60 seconds. And I've watched that erode from, a 3-minute video, a 5-minute video, down to a 60-second short, down to a 15-second short. We're basically reinventing 5-second films, right? That's what we're doing over time with content online. So I completely agree with you, and I'm watching the same thing happen for games. So, yeah, that's horrifying. And if you've created something like this that is so deep and in-depth, I can understand the fear of not being able to have an audience because there's too many people that won't spend the time to learn the tool and have fun with the toy that you've made, right? But I still think there's a shitload of people that will. I really do. And I would be one of them because this is cool as hell. Yeah.
Cool. Well, that's amazing to hear, man. I mean,
No, this is
encouraging.
I think you
feel
deserve
better.
the encouragement, man, because that's scary as hell to be on that precipice over that cliff, dude. But like, you've made something wild. I've never seen anything like this, and I'm glad you did it. Like, that is bonkers to me. It's a hammy.
It's a hammer. It's a
No,
hammy.
it's a hammy. It's a hammy.
my yeah, that's what it is now. It is a hammy. And it's like the icon that appears in the world when you drop it. Anyway, I don't know. I could just talk about it forever. But
Yeah, no, I think this is amazing, dude. I think, to be real with you, make more videos, man. Like, sit down and make videos of each one of these features. Like, take one of the components of your game, your item data editor, and just do a 10-minute video on this whole feature and just put them up on your YouTube. Because if you're doing that and just showing in depth the complexity and detail of this, giving your players a guidebook to start with this monolithic tool that you've created, that's phenomenal, man.
There's a plan to make a sort of like Udemy piss take where we like go through all the features and you can link to it from the game, and there'll be a whole like, we're going to teach you how to use that, and I'll be wearing my stupid helmet and it will squash my nose and I'll sound stupid. But yeah, there's a plan to make that, but obviously I want the tools to be finished first, and right now they're like annoying, like, why is there no black line along the top of this? That drives me crazy. Things like that. But I'm a perfectionist, and every little thing drives me crazy. But I do start to see a light at the end of the tunnel.
Good. Yeah, because I think you should know that when this comes out, there will be people that won't get it. But the ones that do will get it forever. Like, this is cool, dude. Like, you are making something very awesome. And you should be proud of that. You really, really should.
Well, thanks, man. I feel very touched. Yeah. Like
That's wild, dude. We are, to be clear, we are almost at time. We did go over. I don't give a shit. That's fine. What you're making is awesome. With that in mind, I'd like to ask you two things.
Of course, anything.
For anybody out there that wants to get into making video games today, that otherwise may not feel like they can, what advice do you have for them?
I'm going to say something a bit dark, right? Like, I think, obviously, we can say all the usual things, like, don't make a big game, make a tiny game, all that kind of stuff. And I think that stands to reason. Like, my first game I programmed was, like, Pong and then Space Invaders. And I meet loads of people who think that's beneath them, and they want to make something big, and they've got these big ideas. And I think if you can't have fun making Pong, and then as you make it, you might, like, put your own spin on it, or it might suck, but it doesn't matter. You finish it, and that's amazing. If you can't have fun doing that, then I don't think you might never be able to make games, Like, for me, the first time I made a sprite move across the screen with a joystick, it was just beyond magical. You know, it's like, oh my God, you know, it's like once I did that, my brain exploded with a billion thoughts of I can do anything, you know. And I think you just start with such simple building blocks and you have to not think big. I mean, I'm sure that this is the advice everyone gives, you know. But if you don't feel that magic making something move, then it's going to be very difficult to ever be excited. And those, 30 hours you spend like debugging why the third game I tried to make was an Arkanoid clone. And I was so determined to do the line intersection math myself because I'd done all the math and figured it all out and I felt clever. And then I'm like, well, how do you do line intersection math? And I started like drawing lines on bits of paper and I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't figure out how to do it. And obviously I was stupid because the years later when I started knowing actual programmers, because I was teaching myself, they were like, you can't figure that stuff out. That was like crazy mathematicians and square root of whatever plus whatever. And it really hurt me to start using algorithms. So that kind of letting go and using like some math off the internet, that was quite difficult for me. But yeah, I gave up on my Arkanoid clone and I didn't code for like 7 years after that.
Really?
But yeah, sorry, that's not really got anything to do with making video games, but the magic of moving something or whatever, yeah.
I mean, it kind of does.
That was one question.
One of the things that I always tell people to do is the hello world of game dev, which is make a box move. And that's exactly what you're talking about, man. You're talking about that moment of take any goddamn engine you want, any tool that you want, and put a box on the screen and make it move when you hit to the right. And that's it. And the moment you do that, you have a game, a shitty game.
Yeah.
All you do is move to the right simulator. But if you break down many other games that you've ever played in your life, a lot of them are just that. Look at Mario, dude. Look at Super Mario World. It's mostly move to the right simulator, right? Like it's got extra bits in it. You start making jumps and pits and everything like that. But first, it starts as move to the right simulator, and you're right. That moment is magic when you finally get that to work the first time.
Yeah. When I first started in the industry, I was doing like GBA and DS and stuff, you know.
Sick.
And so, at the time, I absolutely adored it. But I was also aware that like I wasn't making cool games, you know. I was making like, I don't know. One of my favorite things I ever made is Rock'em Sock'em Robots on the GBA because it's the worst ever rated GBA game. So I'm very proud of that.
Wow.
But that's there's a whole story behind that that's really ridiculous where we made a whole different game and then it got to the guy's desk at Mattel and he's like, this isn't the toy. And then he sent us back one of those TV games and said, copy this. So we kind of did it in this nonchalant, like, fuck you kind of like way to like make it horrific. But I used to really enjoy like everything so it's like a Barbie game or whatever, but I'm going to really enjoy getting into the mind of like a kid who's a girl who likes Barbie and just thinking about the mechanics I can make and why that would be rewarding to that person, like I still do it today. Like I love thinking about like the example I gave earlier of thinking about it of myself as like a 12-year-old kid making a game. And I really enjoy becoming someone else and thinking about the game and then solving the problems for them. And it doesn't matter if I don't like the game. Like the puzzle of building a game is super fun, Yeah. And that comes back to what this game is about, right? Dungeon is about the puzzle of building a game and the problems you face that are not just the game. It's the things that go around it that are so fascinating to work on,
I think this is fantastic, and I think what you're doing is fantastic. And I can't wait for you to see how much people enjoy what you're making, because that's bonkers, dude. Like that's gonna be so damn cool when this snowball gets rolling. Like, yeah, no, that's awesome, man. That really is.
Wow. Cool.
Well, hell yeah. Well, with that in mind, I want to thank you for coming on, man. Like this blew me away. At first, I was like, oh, it's just a little, it's a little dungeon simulator, and then I was like, wait, no. And you basically like peeled back the sticker, and you're like, but look, there's more, and that didn't stop for 2 hours. So like, it's amazing, dude. It really is amazing, and hell yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to play this, and I will play with it. Really, it's all kinds of different ways to engage with it, and that's amazing.
Cool. Well, I'm like I said, I'm very touched. So thank you.
Well, thank you very much. And is there anything else you'd like to say to the community before we head out?
No, just wishlist that game.
Do it. Yeah,
Tell your friends to wishlist it.
Yeah, 100%.
And then buy it, of course. You know, like, and
Yeah,
then
no.
I can live my dream of my life, and I can like make it forever until I die.
That's perfect. Also, we have to put your brain in a jar so you can't die. You have to keep making this. That's your life from now on.
Yeah. Well, no, then everyone else can carry on after the game's mostly made. Everyone else can finish it.
Perfect.
You know, it's a game that can make itself.
That's the scariest
well,
thing I've ever heard.
yeah.
You know?
A game
Don't
that
worry,
can
guys.
make
It'll make itself.
Ooh.
It's fine.
Yeah.
No,
God,
seriously
that's
though,
like an
dude,
AI nightmare.
it is. Seriously though, you have made something masterful here, and when you get this out, please reach out to me. Let me know, because I want to share this to everyone, because that's freaking amazing.
I mean, I'll send you a message later because I've got a question for you about it.
Yeah, please
I'll
do.
ask you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, people are asking about the price point. We haven't announced it, but just to touch on it, I think we all know that indie games can't be sold for very much money, so it's not going to be very much money, even though it breaks my heart because we're going to have to pay for servers and loads of things, and we're probably going to lose money. But, you know, I think there's a thing, the pixel art game, you just can't charge more than a certain amount because people don't want to pay it, right?
Chat, what would you pay for this?
Yeah, someone said £60. I like that. Do it, everyone.
The grand
20 to
consensus that I'm seeing
30.
from chat are $20 to $30. So
Yeah.
25 mid. 30,
And then,
30,
you know,
30.
and
Most
that-
are saying 30 now.
But
This
it's,
is...
you know, it's super hard to get people to want to pay more than that, even though it's,
It is.
you know, I've made AAA games and they're way smaller than this, but
They're
people
tough.
aren't going to want to spend, you know.
I think that the biggest
That's
difficulty that I can foresee for you is not the box price for it, right? Because people who are interested in this will get it, and they'll want to go after they see a couple of people making stuff with it. You brought up the server capacity stuff for having to maintain servers without any type of an extra cost on that. That's the scary part to me. But the rest of it, that's bonkers.
I'll probably break an NDA now, but I think if we get on
Don't.
Game Pass, I think they cover your like Azure costs.
Oh, if they
So,
did, yeah, if that happened, that'd be
yeah.
aweside
I think.
I think
they
outside
do.
of that though is like, have you ever thought about allowing people to host their own servers, Minecraft style?
Yeah, I mean, I've thought about having like a subscription to a server, but just the tech of like building it would be crazy. So they could run an instance that just never died. I'd quite like to do that
Yeah.
as a way of making more money. But I like the idea that everything is grouped in a place so that you can like access all the content. You know, like if you draw a picture of a tree, I want everyone to be able to see that tree. Like people are saying, oh, I want like people ask me to search for things. You know, like I'll go to like, maybe this will work. You know, like they go, oh, search for computer. And then I'm like, okay, oh, there's no computer. Okay. I think there should be a computer.
I was showing off the Steam page. One sec.
So yeah, it's like,
There you go.
if people want to have a washing machine, I want them to be able to draw a washing machine and upload it. But people will ask me things to search for, you know, and then maybe it's drawn by us, you know, I don't know. Say a thing. What do you want me to search for? Pick a thing. I bet it's
A
not
ferret.
there.
Bet it's not.
Ferret.
Bet it's not.
No way.
Victory. They're never there. We run a ferret rescue, so I always ask.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
there's something. A ferret might make it in, but there's a very controversial way the ferret's going to make it in, but that's going to have to be talked about
Sneak it.
with someone
Sneak
else.
it. Sneak
Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny.
We have drawn ferrets in the past, as you
Oh.
can imagine, for our
Oh,
other
heck yeah.
game. Yeah, so maybe. And
Maybe.
you may or may not have noticed that the graphical size is exactly the same for both the games.
It could
we've
be.
made.
It could be.
So there you go.
Maybe.
There you go.
Maybe. I did maybe notice it.
Yeah. So if you want to get a ferret in, there are ways for you to get a ferret in.
That's fantastic. No, I gotta be real with you, man. Like this is like nothing else I've ever seen. I'm blown away by it, and I really hope that people understand how monumental that work is, because it is. It's a huge amount of work. It's a huge amount of effort, and what you're building is cool as shit. So, yeah, awesome.
Wow,
Actually,
thanks.
awesome. Well, I have to head out, but this was lovely talking to you, and thank you very much for showing me what you're working on, dude. This
Well,
is
thank
rad.
you for doing this for all the indie devs like us. I mean, I think everyone appreciates it. I certainly do.
I'm
I
really
think
glad. Yeah.
I think you spoke to Legid, the identifier guy.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he wrote some of the code in this game. He was our intern for a bit.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, Identify was
yeah.
really cool. Really, really fun. I loved the fact that you had to like circle around the creatures on that. It was really neat. And file structure going through stuff. I think the only other game that I saw that was like that, and it kind of died or disappeared, was called Adventuros, spelled Adventure OS, like operating system. And the idea was that it would scan your computer and then make the dungeon based on the file structure of your computer.
Oh, that's really
that's
cool.
I was like, that's cool as shit. And then it like never materialized. Kind of like imploded. It's like, oh.
Yeah. I think there was a bit of a homage to Pokemon Ranger, which I've never played. I've never heard of that game, but I think there's a bit of a homage to that going on in it. Because that's what he'd tell me anyway. Maybe he didn't want anyone to know. Maybe it's a secret and I've ruined his secret.
Maybe, maybe you've done it. You ruined everything. I can't believe it.
Yeah, so you're being lovely to devs and I'm coming in and ruining their lives.
Nice.
Sorry, Legend.
That's how you do it. Oh, man.
Okay, man. Well, I genuinely appreciate it. And I know that you got to go and do stuff. So.
Yeah, but no, absolutely. I'm not going to stop doing this, to be clear. We're going to do another one in June. So if you're an indie dev out there, let us know. And we'll keep doing this. And I also kind of want to do follow-ups, right? Like, there's so many games that we covered through this, and I want to see what you guys did at launch, you know, so maybe we'll reach out and, like, have you on again and find out how it went, you know? Because I want to do...
I'll be like, I've still got another 10 years of dev left.
Fair. I'll be like, I'm still here in the mines. Yeah. But, like, I'm going to do it in December and then June and then December and then June and just keep doing that every 6 months and see what we can do. So, yeah, super into it, man. Super into it. Also, I just got a sick domain for this, by the way, and I haven't set it up yet, but it's show.games, which is crazy. That is a crazy domain. So I got that the other day. So now I've got show.games and I've got develop.games, which is just the power duo of domains right now. I don't have anything on show.games, but I've got develop.games up with all the knowledge to teach you things.
Wow.
Yeah. I showed you my games. Please respond.
Cool.
Yes, exactly. All right. You have a wonderful day, and I will see you later.
Yeah,
Thank you
too,
very
man.
much. Very, very much, dude.
Bye-bye.
See ya. That was like discovering Dwarf Fortress in an alpha. Like, I've never seen anything like that, dude. That is awesome. That is really goddamn cool. Yeah, W Dev, W Game. No, 100%.